Hi viewers, this is CMA M. Venkateshwarlu. I am BSc MCom FCMA. My YouTube channel is Venkat Manikyala. My main motto of this YouTube channel is to know each and every person in simple language for accountancy subjects. I request all of you to like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel. Hi viewers, this is the second video of the General 2 balance sheet. I request all of you to see the first part and a link address of the first part we are giving in the description. After that only you will see this. This is because it's in continuation to that, right? So we made general entries. Now we are going to post into ledger. How to post into ledger is very important. That is a basically thing we are supposed to learn. So first general entry is cash account debtor to capital, right? Capital account. As we discussed in the earlier, how to post cash account. Go to cash account, go to debit side, write as in to capital, right? Previously already in the starting we did like that, right? So now whatever the accounts coming in the general, that continuously we are supposed to maintain all those accounts, right? Generally cash transactions are more. That's the reason you have to prepare cash account, a bigger one compared to others. Cash account, as I said, with the debit side and credit side, which is not the original pro forma, but for the sake of this space point of view, I am not writing entire that pro forma, right? The cash account and capital account, these two accounts I require immediately. So capital account, credit and debit. You are supposed to see the previous video, otherwise this is a continuation to the previous video, right? So first you see that video and let us continue with that. It's in continuation to that. So go to the cash account and go to debit side, write as in to capital. How much capital we brought? 1 lakh. Here also I am not writing to and by and date, all these things, because space constant again. Capital account. Go to the capital account. Write the, because it's credited with the 1 lakh. Now we created. See, as well as our original concept also. What is that concept? Real asset concept. Now in this one business transaction, one side is debit, another side is credit. So as of now, if we prepare trial balance, one debit, one credit. Cash account debited, one with debit balance is 1 lakh. Capital account credit balance is 1 lakh. So that the trial balance tallies. Like that, each and every business transaction, we write two sides. Next, what we did, machinery purchased, right? So what are generally we have written machinery account debtor to cash account. So we require machinery account, cash account, because cash account is already there. Now we prepare one more account, that is a machinery account. Prepare one more account, machinery account. So machinery account, debit and credit. So machinery account, how much we purchased? 40,000 rupees debited, right? Cash account, how much we spent, right? It is gone out. So 40,000 is to be credited. Cash account is credited with 40,000, machinery account is debited with 40,000. Even now also, if you put trial balance, see, the cash account carries 60,000 balance, debit balance, and machinery account is on 40,000 balance. In total, 1 lakh balance, debit balance, and capital account shows 1 lakh credit balance. This is how each and every transaction also, wherever if you write one more transaction or not, irrespective of all these transactions. If you stop here also, trial balance tallies. If you stop here also, trial balance tallies, right? So now office furniture also we purchased. When we write the office furniture account, or what general entry we write in is furniture account debtor to cash account. So now we require furniture account. The cash account is already there, right? So furniture account. Furniture account, debit and credit. Furniture account, how much? How much we purchased? 20,000 rupees. Furniture we purchased. I spending 20,000 rupees cash. Right? Then what we did? We got a loan, bank loan, and because of bank loan, what is coming in? Cash is coming in, and bank loan is there. So loan account is required, cash, because cash account is already there. Right? So loan account. We require loan account. Loan account. Debit and credit. So 80,000 loan we brought. 80,000 loan account is created, and cash is debited with 80,000. That means asset balance is increased by 8,000. Liability balance is increased with 80,000. Right? And goods purchased. We have purchased goods with 2 lakhs. That is in creditors. Credit purchase we made. We purchased from the Padma and Co. But those are in general we classified as an creditors. So the creditors came into 2 lakhs. So purchase, we require purchase account. Right? Purchase account. Purchase account we required, and also creditor account is also not there. So that means creditor account is also required. Creditor account. So purchase account is to be debited with 2 lakhs. Creditor account is to be credited with 2 lakhs. Then cash purchase also we made with 50,000. So purchase account and cash account. Purchase account is there, and also cash account is also there. So no more ledger account is required. So purchase account is to be debited with 50,000. Right? Cash account is to be credited with 50,000. Then we purchased consumables. Consumable account is debited with the cash account. So consumable account is not there. The cash account is already there. So we require only consumables account. Consumables account. It takes so much of number of pages. Don't worry about those, right? For doing this initial work, we are supposed to spend so many pages for ledger accounts. So consumable account is to be debited with 5,000 rupees, and cash account is to be credited with 5,000 rupees. Right? Then other expenses we incurred with 8,000 rupees. See, other expenses is not there. So one more account we are supposed to open. That is an other expenses. Other expenses, and cash account is already there. So other expenses is to be debited with 8,000. 8,000. And cash account is to be credited with 8,000. Right? So next we made sales to the credit basis. So credit we made sales to be gone. That is an that is a sub ledger. But as well as main ledger, that is in general ledger is called. Together we call it an debtors. Right? In that way, debtors account debtor to sales account. Now debtors account is required, sales account is required. Both are not there, right? So now both we are supposed to open. Debtors account. So now we require 2 accounts, no? Debtors account and sales account. We write both accounts. So debtors account is to be debited with 2,10,000. 2,10,000. And sales account is to be created with 2,10,000. Sales account is to be created with 2,10,000. And then we made cash sales. Cash account is required, sales account is required. Both are there already. So cash account is to be debited with 1,30,000. Right? And the sales account is to be created with 1,30,000. 1,30,000. right? And we have incurred wages and salaries. Wages account related to cash account. Wages account is not there, that we are supposed to open wages account. Wages account. Wages account is to be debited with 25,000. 25,000. And the cash account is to be created with 25,000. Right? And sales, salaries we incurred 10,000 rupees. And salaries account is to be maintained. Salaries account is to be maintained. That is within 10,000 is to be debited. And cash account is to be created with 10,000 rupees. Right? So by this, except those closing stock and depreciation, all general entries we made and all general entries we posted to ledger accounts. Now see how many ledger accounts we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 accounts we have, right? So those 13 accounts we are supposed to balance it. So how to balance those ledger account is one of the discussion we do now. And after after getting the balancing all ledger accounts, we are supposed to prepare one sheet that is a trial balance. So trial balance is a statement, right? Here when we prepare a trial balance, there are no general entries required. There is no amount. Nothing is business transaction. That is only a statement we prepare, right? So how to balance ledger accounts? So cash account is in one of the ledger account. You write like this lines. Once it's a lines like this means it's in totaling. But once it's an underline, one more line here from the below line, it means balancing, right? So let us balance this cash account. See the total of all this cash account debit side how much? 3 lakhs, 2 lakhs and 3 lakhs 10,000, right? 3 lakhs 10,000 I am writing outside as the working notes. Debit side is in 3 lakh 10,000. How much credit side? See here. By doing all these things, all zeros and 10,000, 18,000, 1 and 4, 9, 13 and 15. 1 lakh 58,000 is in credit balance, right? So debit balance is more, right? Debit balance is how much? 3 lakh 10,000. So whichever is more, write both sides. Either debit balance or credit side, whichever is more. So here the debit side is more, 3 lakhs 10,000. I am writing both sides, 3 lakh 10,000, right? The difference in the credit side by totaling all these things is the difference how much? See now, difference is 1,52,000. So 1,52,000 I am writing as a credit side of the cash book because that it is lesser than the credit side. So what I have to do next, what I have to do, that I have to bring into the debit side again for the next year, next month. So now the balance is 1,52,000 debit balance, not a credit balance. Even though it's an appearing credit side, but that credit side we have written for to make the credit side is also equal to debit side, right? So now by doing all those ledger balancing, then we are supposed to prepare trial balance, right? So trial balance looks like this. It's looking like a general entries, but it's not. We don't write date here, and we don't have ledger folio, right? So trial balance for the period ending 30th April 2019, right? This is an account or particulars. Particulars or account also we can write debit amount, credit amount, right? Here we have to write account, all these ledger accounts. It is having a debit balance, debit side, or if it is a credit side, credit balance, right? So now let's see cash account. Cash account is having which balance? 1,52,000 debit balance, right? 1,52,000 debit balance we have. That we have written. Then capital account. Capital account is how much? It's having credit balance only. So if the balance is only credit balance, right? Credit balance is 1 lakh. So if at all, let us say if the single column, single item also there, that we have to write with 1 lakh is nothing is there. So that means you have to write both sides as 1 lakh. Both sides as 1 lakh, and we have to write to equate debit and credits. We have to write 1 lakh debit side and say balance. Carry down 1 lakh. Like that we are supposed to write. Then machinery account. Machinery account is how much? So machinery account is having 40,000 debit balance, right? As well, furniture account is also having furniture account is having 20,000 debit balance, right? Then loan account we have. Loan account 80,000, right? This is an 80,000 credit balance. So 80,000 credit balance. Then purchase account we have. Purchases account is having a 2,50,000 of debit balance. 2,50,000 debit balance. And debtors we have. Debtors 2,10,000 debit balance. 2,10,000 debit balance. Sales account we have. Sales account is having credit side of 3,40,000. Credit side 3,40,000 we have. And salaries account. Salaries account 10,000 debit balance. So up to this we have provided creditors account. Creditors account is 2 lakhs credit balance. 2 lakhs credit balance. Consumables account is having 5,000. Consumables account is having 5,000 rupees. 5,000 rupees. Other expenses. Other expenses. Other expenses account is having an 8,000 debit balance. And wages account is having 25,000. Wages account is having 25,000 debit balance. Now all the accounts are completed. If any account is forgot in this, obviously trial balance won't tally. If any totaling in the balancing also, trial balance won't tally, because each and every entry we made one debit and one credit, right? So when we total it, it must be tallied. Now let us see how much is in balance. How much is in balance? Now let us see. So totaling of all these things, 1 lakh, 1,80,000, 3,40,000 and 2 lakhs. Total is on 7,20,000, right? So here also 25,000, 8,000, 33 and 38, 48, 2,10,000, 2,50,000, all this, and these are all together This is also 7,20,000. Right. So now debits and credits tallied. Right? Debit side and credit side total tallied. So once trial balance is tallied, then we can go easily for final accounts. Right. Now when we go for final accounts, let us now write what are the final accounts, or let us say financial statements we are supposed to prepare. Trading account, P&L account, balance sheet, right? These two accounts, one statement we are supposed to prepare. These three together we call as a final accounts. So in any exam, either it's an academic university exams or professional exams, we are supposed to prepare these three accounts. The pro forma for these three accounts looks like an ledger accounts, but not an as it is, right? So trading account as it is ledger account. This is also an account, right? Trading account. Trading account. This is an account because it is an account. We have debit balances, debit side and credit side. The only thing here is no date and no ledger folios. Here are credit side also no date and no general folios or ledger folios, because particulars amount. Here I am not writing debit amount or credit amount. Particulars amount. Because the date, why we are not having the date here, whereas in the ledger we are having, means in ledger from the general we prepare date wise, we post date wise, but whereas here the trading account or P&L account and balance sheet is prepared at the end of certain period. All those dates together at the end of the certain period we prepare. That's the reason no date is required. It's not an elaborate, it's a summary statement, right? So as well, trading account, and we have an P&L account, and we have a balance sheet. We have a balance sheet. Here also same. Here also we have same trading account, P&L account. P&L account is also having debit and credits, right? P&L account is also having debits and credits, but balance sheet won't have any debits and credits. It has liabilities this side, liabilities, amount, assets and amount, right? This side is in liabilities, left side, right side is in assets. It is not a debit and credit. Don't think in this way. That's the reason statement. These are all the accounts. Here also I written as an account. This also I written account. Here trading account. It's a very important. Here you are supposed to learn is an trading account, P&L account preparing for certain period. What is that period? Either it can be monthly or yearly, right? So that year specific, that period specific you have to mention. But whereas balance sheet is prepared as an one day on particular day. That day we have to specify. That's the reason trading account for the period. These wordings are very important for the period ending 30th, let us say 30th April 2019. This is also for the period ending 31st April 2019. Balance sheet we are preparing as on 30th April 2019. This is as on that date. What is the position? Previous date position is different and thereafter position is different. This is during that period, right? During that period, what is the result? What is this period generally? Let us say it's having 1 year results, it's having 1 month results. That's the reason we are saying period ending. These are wordings are very, very important in the examination, particularly when you go for the professional exams. You are supposed to mention correct wordings, right? Now, what we have to do now? All these accounts we are supposed to post or transfer from each and every account from the trial balance to these three. These two are accounts. This is a statement. So, trading account, P&L account. For these two accounts, we are supposed to transfer all nominal accounts. For balance sheet, we are supposed to transfer all personal accounts and real accounts. Very fundamental principle, very simple. All of you know that which account is, whether this is a personal account or real account or nominal account, that your classification already you learnt, already you know, right? For example, see the cash account. Cash account belongs to real account, right? So there is real account, where it has to go? The real account has to go to balance sheet, right? So capital account is a personal account, right? This has to go to balance sheet. Machinery account is a real account. So this is also supposed to go to balance sheet. Furniture account is also a real account. Loan account is a personal account. Purchases account is a nominal account. So all the nominal accounts should go to trading account or P&L account, any account, right? So now let us see this. Once it is an all these real accounts and personal account goes and sit in the balance sheet, there is no ambiguity. When nominal accounts goes and sitting in the trading account or P&L account, which account goes to trading account, which account goes to P&L account, that is also very important to learn, discuss. Now let us first discuss about all those accounts. Debtor account is a personal account, sales account is a nominal account, salaries account is a nominal account, creditor account is a personal account, consumables account is a nominal account, other expenses is a nominal account, wages is a nominal account. Now let us see about the nominal accounts only. Alright. So the nominal accounts are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 accounts has to go to sit in these two accounts. Which is supposed to go to this account, which is go to this account. That is an important. That if you have that much of simple understanding, then you don't get any confusion, right? Overall result won't vary when we balance sheet tallies, whether some account instead of taking into trading account, if you take P&L account, or instead of P&L account to trading account, also it tallies. But the perfect accounting is perfectly first you have to understand which account goes to trading account, which account goes to P&L account. The trading account, main purpose of preparation of trading account is to know the gross profit or to know the profit of trading activity alone, right? Whereas P&L account is to know entire organization, entire business entity results, any expenses, any loss, any incomes, we consider in the P&L account. But whereas in trading account, purely related to trading activity. What are the trading activities here? Goods purchases, goods sales. How much is purely incurred for purchasing the goods and how much is we are getting purely for the sale of the goods. Only difference between these two only trading account we have to consider, right? So as I said, purchase or goods purchase cost directly. The expenses which are related to purchases directly goods, let us say Hamali charges for uploading and downloading, right? If at all there is any segregation, that is also wages we require. So Hamali and all these things are wages. Wherever the involvement is there, that too relates to product, we call it as wages. So that wages we write in the trading account. Purchases and wages. Here are the sales. So the sales, whatever we purchase, everything has to be sold. Let us say something is not sold. Then we have to supposed to reduce from the purchases, or we have to say we have to show as a closing stock. Right? So that stock as sales are including profit, but whereas closing stock is should not include profit, right? So closing stock must be at a cost. Okay. Now see the purchases account. Now one by one, each and every one, whenever we are preparing final accounts, I recommend for the initially, I recommend all of you to transfer at a time, one after the other. Don't go here and here you transfer this something and thereafter you transfer this like that. Don't come like this. You transfer each and every one every time. But only thing your precaution you have to take is if at all any adjustment is there, for that you make as a star mark. For that you have to make some adjustment. For the adjustment you have to leave some space. Right? So in our example we have two adjustments. Right? The one adjustment is in closing stock. That means for the stock we have to, here stock is not there, directly we can do here. Right? No adjustment is required for that. Directly we can enter. Depreciation for all assets is set. What are the assets we have here? Machinery is one of the asset, furniture is one of the asset. Only these two assets we have in our business, right? In this business transaction. For these two we have an adjustment. Star mark we have to make. That means whenever this we are posting, for that, for making an adjustment, you have to leave space on space. This is what it indicates, right? So remember, all these trial balance accounts you have to transfer only once. Wherever the star is there or wherever the adjustment is there, you have to do twice, right? Okay. Now the cash account. First, whenever you transfer, initially you make it a tick mark so that you don't get any confusion. Now the cash account is transferring from trial balance to sum here. Trading account or P&L account or balance sheet. Because it's a real account, it sits in the balance sheet, right? So cash account is an asset, right? Debit balance. All the debit balances of real accounts and personal account has to be transferred to the asset side. And all the credit balances of real account and personal account must be transferred to liability side. So cash account is 1,52,000. 1,52,000, right? So the transfer. Next is a capital account. Capital account is a have credit balance, so liability. Capital account. Generally, when we get a profit or loss, to whom it gives, we give the either profit or loss. If it's a profit, we are supposed to give to the owner. If it's a loss, we are supposed to get from the owner, right? So that's the reason the capital is default is having some adjustment. What is that adjustment? If at all we get any profit, we have to add. If at all we get any loss, we have to reduce, right? So that's the reason this is also, for this also we have to leave some space we are supposed to leave. Either to add or reduce. We don't know till now what is the between profit or loss, right? Machinery account. So machinery is an asset, real account, asset. So asset side we have to show. Machinery account. Sorry, capital account already we have not posted amount. Amount is in 1 lakh. Machinery account is having an 40,000. Here, because the 40,000 machinery is having an adjustment, we have to write inner column. When capital account is also having an adjustment, we have to write an inner column. Right? Because it's required some adjustment. Then furniture. So furniture account is also required, but here we have to leave some space. Furniture account. Furniture account is also we are supposed to write in inner column because it is also having adjustment. Loan account. Loan account is having a credit balance. So loan account is an 80,000. 80,000, right? Next, purchase account. As I said, purchases and sales are purely trading related. So purchases, because it's an account, because these two are an account, we have to write two and buys. Purchase account is having debit balance, right? 2 purchases, 2,50,000. Debtors is a personal account, so we are leaving some space. Debtors 2,10,000, directly outer column, because it won't have any adjustment. If at all it's having adjustment, again we have to write in the column. Sales is an again trading activity, so buy sales, how much? 3,40,000, right? Salaries we have 10,000, so this is an expense here or here, only related to expenses related to trading activity only we are supposed to write in this. So the salaries are in general, so that's the reason we have to write in the P&L account. 2 salaries account, how much? 10,000 is in debit. Then creditors 2 lakhs, because liability. Creditors 2 lakhs we have. Then consumables is in 5,000. So if it's a manufacturing activity, the consumables will be used in the factory. Because the trading activity, generally consumables are, let us say, biscuits and all these things which are useful for regular business, regular office purpose. So that's the reason that we have to write in the P&L account. Consumables. If it's in factory activity, that must be in the manufacturing account. Consumables 5,000 rupees. Other expenses. So other expenses is also the P&L account. Other expenses 8,000. Wages means, again as we discussed, it's purely related to goods. So to wages 25,000. Now almost everything is completed from the trial balance. Now the trial balance is not required for us. Now the two transactions we left, right? Those we discuss now. Closing stock, as I said, it's 50,000, right? So closing stock, the stock which is retained in the company, as in already we purchased goods, no, 2,50,000. Out of 2,50,000, some sales we made. Some of the goods we sold with profit 3,40,000. Even though we purchased 2,50,000, but we sold 3,40,000. 3,40,000 is not an as it is cost of the purchase, right? It includes some profit. So after selling that, again we have 50,000. That means only 2 lakhs worth of purchases we sold to the 3,40,000. 1,40,000 is an extra. That's a profit margin we had. So this 50,000 is remained. We can do two treatments. One is either this can be as an entry part, or by reducing the purchase, or we can make as a balance. So by closing stock 50,000. Remaining all transactions we made 2 times, right? One debit and one credit. But this adjustment only now we did only one activity, that is a credit side. The one more debit side also we have to do, right? So where we have to write closing stock is to be write as an asset. Closing stock 50,000. Right? Closing stock 50,000. That means all the adjustment you are supposed to do two sides, one debit and one credit. debit is asset we have written and credit is written in the trading account. They are not the depreciations. So we have a depreciation on two assets. How much depreciation we are supposed to do? 10% of the assets. So how many assets we have? Machinery 40,000 and furniture 10,000. So that means 10% of machinery 40,000 is in 4,000. So less depreciation 4,000. Remember immediately that 4,000, one more transaction we have to do. Once we are reducing asset means asset is debit balance. Reducing asset means it's a credit. Once we are crediting, immediately we have to do a debit also, right? So to depreciation, how much? 4,000. Machinery 4,000. And furniture less. Furniture depreciation is in 2,000. 10% of 20,000 is in 2,000, right? So this is in 36,000 by reducing 4,000. This is in 18,000 by reducing 2,000. Here the depreciation we have to add 2,000. So in total it's in 6,000. See, the two treatments are there. Debit 6,000 and credit 6,000. How it's on credit? Reducing the asset balances. That's a credit, right? So these two adjustments also we made. Now the balancing is pending. So first we have to balance the trading account. So trading account, see, 3,90,000 is on credit side, 2,75,000 is a debit side. So credit side is more. So 3,90,000, write both sides. 3,90,000 is write both sides. Wherever the balance is less, that we have to write, fill it up, right? Fill it up. So 3,90,000 minus 2,75,000, right? How much? 5,000 and 1 and 1,15,000 is in profit, right? 1,15,000 is more credit than debit. That means more income than expenses. That is in 2 gross profit. Because of trading activity, we earned 1,50,000 gross profit. So this gross profit goes and sit in the P&L account. Now the trading account is also to be closed by transferring that to P&L account. So now the gross profit is by gross profit. So this account is closed. If at all by say, if we want to say an entry point of view, how to say trading account to P&L account. And the trading account to P&L account, in bracket we can say transferred to P&L account. Okay. So trading account to P&L account. Brought down 1,15,000. Right. In the P&L account we have one credit and 4 debits. This is also to be balanced. So credit side 1,50,000, debit side how much? 10, 15, 23, 29. Right? The credit side is more. 1,15,000. 1,15,000. 2. See the difference? 1,15,000 minus 10, 23, 29,000 total these expenses, and 86,000, right? 86,000 is a profit, right? Net profit. Net profit 86,000. Am I right? This is an this is in working note. Don't do here in our paper. You have to do outside. So 86,000 net profit. This net profit we are supposed to transfer to capital. that means we are giving it to the owner, right? So net profit. In the bracket we have to write transfer to capital account. In the big organizations, companies, in that way, those accounts we write separately, net profit and profit transfer to, like that. Treatment is different. It's in a simple scenario we are talking about. So this net profit we are transferred to capital. Net profit is 86,000, right? So 1,86,000 we write outer column, right? Here also we have written, we did everything, right? Now we total balance sheet. Now the balance sheet we are totaling, right? How much is in? 6,000, 16, 1, 3, 4,66,000 asset side. See here how much? 6,000, 1, 6, 7, 8, 11, 6, 1, 3, 4, 4,66,000 asset side. So now means this is means balance sheet talent, right? Asset side 4,66,000 and liability asset side and liability side also both are same. This is how the simple way of doing general entries to balance sheet, right? So this is a simple example we made. This is also for the beginners, the purpose of making of these videos for the beginners. So thereafter, for the purpose of degree students and intermediate complicated problems and professional students, in future we make different big problems for the making and trading account, P&L account, balance sheet, final accounts, right? So all of you, I request all of you once again, thank you for watching this, and also please share, like and subscribe my YouTube channel, Venkat Manikyala. Thank you.